Why is he out? Was a taser deployed?
Your Honor, when
I think that's either yes or no. Was a taser deployed?
Your Honor, as soon as saw him, she pointed the taser at him. He was running and pointed the taser.
I didn't ask that, Ms. Gaines. I did not ask that. Was the taser deployed?
Yes, it was.
Did an officer have to draw their weapon?
I did not see that. I could not see that on the video. Again, Your Honor, he's 20 years old. He has no prior history on an unarmed young man.
I mean, Ms. Gaines, I don't get it.
This entitled Brat just walked into court after allegedly assaulting 2 officers, punching them, twisting one officer's finger, and leaving him injured. And get this, he's also accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend on top of all of it. Honestly, this case is beyond irritating because this guy is clearly a danger to society, yet his attorney seems way more invested than usual in keeping him out of jail. I mean, you could almost feel her bending reality just to keep him out. Judge Simpson has to decide how much patience the system really owes someone like this. Should a guy like this be given another chance, or should he sit in jail where he can't hurt anybody else? Let's dive in and watch.
As to bond.
Your Honor, we are just looking to address the condition of bond that requires that Mr. Hopkins be on house arrest. Prior to this matter, Mr. Hopkins was employed as a result of having the tether plates. No longer able to, in this case, he was no longer able to maintain that employment. He is hoping to be able to get new employment, and is asking that the court consider a no go-to order, a no contact order, or anything of that nature. My client, Mr. Hopkins, also recently registered for the cybersecurity program. Text me that information. I tried to send the confirmation to Ms. Barroso so that she would be able to see it. It's my understanding that the classes are majority online, but that would be the only place that he would have to come in Washtenaw County. Otherwise, he's just asking for some order that would allow him to work and just not have that kind of contact.
Response.
Your Honor, the bond in this case was set at $5,000 cash or surety when we requested a $50,000 bond. In this case, the people are uncomfortable with him being out. This was an event, or a series of events that occurred where the defendant assaulted the victim at not one but 2 locations. An eyewitness saw the defendant shove the victim while near the police station. The police attempted to make contact with the defendant, and then he picked up, as a result of him resisting, picked up 5 counts of R&O against 4 different officers. One of those 5 counts is an R&O causing injury that was so severe that the officer is actually seeking specialized medical treatment from an orthopedic surgeon. At this point, this is a 9.
So hold on. There was a DV and then an officer injured. Why is he out?
Your Honor, if I could address.
Hold on. I'll let Ms. Barroso finish and then you can address it. I just had an intermediate question. Go ahead.
So at this point, I don't think that a modification of bond removing him from being on house arrest is appropriate. We objected to a nominal bond of $5,000 when it was originally granted. At this point, I don't think that any further reduction is appropriate.
A couple things. First of all, Mr. Hopkins is here with his father. He is 20 years old. He has no prior criminal history. In reviewing the police report and the video, even the report references that the altercation, that the incidents that resulted in this charge, that there were.
In which charge?
I'll start with the domestic violence. That with those charges, that there was a more complicated situation. I believe the officer said, the report says something to the effect of, and this would also go to the property, that there had been physical altercations between the 2 of them, fighting between the 2 of them, and breaking of objects between the two of them. So I believe that there's more to this than said. The allegations of the domestic violence are the one of the shoving, and also I believe Mr. Hopkins taking his own computer back from the complainant. That's the second allegation of the domestic violence. And the resisting and obstructing is, the allegations are that Mr. Hopkins, not that Mr. Hopkins turned around and slammed someone or punched them or anything, that he pulled away. The allegation is the officer fell and that caused the injury. And then that officer fell, yes, as he pulled away. And then subsequently, 4 officers who were, some of whom just pulled up on the scene in the video, all ran after him. And that's where the resisting and obstructing comes. And he did, in fact, eventually stop. It was not, it's not as if he were in a vehicle and went miles or hours away. He did stop running, and he did, once they complied, once that occurred, there were no further incidents. So,
Your Honor, I'm sorry, that is not the characterization of the R&O. The allegations include him punching 2 officers in the face, breaking free of their grasp, causing them to fall to the ground, twisting and seriously injuring an officer's finger. And then it went on for such a period of time that an officer had to point and deploy a taser. And that another officer had to point their pistol at a defendant. So at the defendant. So at this point.
And he managed to, and he ran from 2, but as he's running from those 2, there are cars, 4 and 5 cars are pulling up with sirens on an unarmed young man who clearly panicked. This is not someone who's had police involvement, who has a history of contact with law enforcement and the criminal justice system. Again, I'm not excusing, but I do think that there is there's more. I think there are more nuances to this than the prosecutor does.
Well, explain some of those then. Because I've got a victim of a DV that's injured.
She is not, the domestic violence person is not injured. It was the shove and the taking of there's no injury to her.
Domestic violence are 2 misdemeanor counts.
That is
felonies
correct.
Here are 5 counts of
Yeah, I see that.
R&O causing it.
Maybe I misread that on the report, but
Yes.
the injury to the finger that's the officer.
That's correct.
Thank you. I don't understand this. I mean, there's a lot I don't understand. How, and I get there are resisting and obstructings that are filed that some may look at as questionable in terms of the charge. I get that. But I'm also trying to figure out how an officer gets injured, that there are punches to the face of officers. I mean, Ms. Gaines, I don't get it.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm saying I did not see any punches to the face when I observed the video.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just not buying this attorney's excuses. I mean, her whole demeanor screams damage control instead of credibility. I mean, she's out here painting this guy as some kind of victim, when in reality, he literally attacked 2 police officers and tried to bolt. Like, her first story was just not making sense. And it's not even a misunderstanding. It's a straight up crime here. And the state's version isn't just bad. It's pretty terrifying when you think about it. I mean, he literally punched 2 officers. Like, just imagine if those were regular people. Like, what else he could have done? I don't think this kid should be anywhere near the streets. I mean, he's not stable enough to follow the law, let alone respect it. And honestly, I don't think this is some kind of paranoia. It's just common sense for me. I know a lot of you guys in the comments are gonna scream I'm too harsh on him, but like, come on, like how far does it have to go to lock somebody up? But yeah, let me know whose side you're on, because right now, I think it's 99% to 1 right now.
Tell you what, I'm certainly not changing any conditions. Can you explain to me one reason why I shouldn't raise his bond?
Your Honor, he has appeared for every court date and he has not picked up any new charges. He has not had any contact with the complainant on the domestic violence or any of the officers. My understanding from him is that he has only come to Washtenaw County for court. He does not even reside in this county. It does not appear he's a flight risk, nor that he is a danger to the community. He is here with his father. He has come to every court date and he's highly responsive to my calls and texts. And absent the no offer in this matter, we'd be looking to resolve it.
Anything else from the people?
No, Your Honor.
You know what? I'm not changing his condition in the bond. I'm not at this juncture going to up his bond either, although of rights I should. Of rights, I don't think he should be out around tethered or not, given that behavior. I'll let Judge Perry deal with that after she hears the preliminary examination. Bond will continue. Motion for bond reduction or changing condition is denied.
Thank you.
20 years old, accused of domestic violence and turning around and assaulting two police officers. I mean, that's not youthful stupidity. I really don't understand how the defense attorney was trying to claim that. Like, just hearing her say he's just a kid is honestly just painful to hear. I mean, you don't just get a free pass to hurt people just because it's your first strike. And what really got me was the attorney stumbling over excuses that made literally no sense. If your best defense is he needs to go to work when he doesn't even have a job, I mean, you've really lost the plot here. And honestly, I just can't help but wonder where the father is in all this, because raising a kid who thinks he can attack cops without consequences is really just a failure on every single level possible. Violence against officers is one of those red line offenses courts just don't ignore, and trying to excuse it just makes the legal system look soft. So if anything, the attorney's credibility took so much more damage than her client's reputation here. But yeah, guys, how long do you think this guy should rot in jail for what he did? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.